UCLA. Kiki is with Holly.
Come on.
See if you qualify at book.com/TV.
We are back at the shed.
Welcome back to the WNBA Draft live from the shed at Hudson Yards in New York City. Now we're going to welcome the new team who are joining the WNBA league this year. And of course, like we did for Golden State Vikings last year. Cleveland.
2028, Detroit in 2029, and then Philly in 2030 as this league continues to grow. We know, hey, Toronto, lovely in the summer. I mean, a terrific place to go in the summer.
I've never been. I gotta go.
Well, you gotta go this year.
Spectacular.
It's spectacular.
Okay.
And the tempo, we know this whole country is going to embrace the team. Just how about the makeup of the roster right now as they've gone through the expansion draft and free agency, at least up until this point?
Cindy Brondello has said, they're not going to be contending for a championship this year. No expansion team is in their first year. They're trying to build a strong foundation and a winning culture. She's certainly loaded up on shooters when you look at the roster they put together right now and think a need for them could be at a big spot.
I like that you mentioned culture, because you talked about the Golden State Valkyries, and they had more success than anyone anticipated, and they had an excellent culture where all the players bought in to what they were trying to do at Golden State. Certainly Toronto and Portland will try to do the same thing. When I think of culture, there are so many players available, but we talked a lot about UCLA and their culture and how they just won Dugalich, Raven Johnson, Flau'jae Johnson. So many options here for Toronto to choose from.
All right, the first pick in the history of the Toronto Tempo.
All right, let's go to the pick of who is going to be picking in the Toronto Tempo as Toronto Tempo are new here.
With the 6th pick in the 2026 WNBA Draft and their first ever pick, the Toronto Tempo select Kiki Rice.
Yes, Kiki Rice!
She will try and help guide the Toronto Tempo through their early days in the WNBA.
Dre talked about building culture and winning culture. Kiki Rice certainly brings that kind of experience at 5'11", a guard the size who can keep her own player in front of her, but also switch on to big. She finishes at the rim, gets to the free throw line. 39% from 3 this past season. Very good getting to her pull-up as well, but more than anything, brings that winning mentality.
Career highs in points per game, rebounds per game, field goal percentage, three-point field goal percentage. But I talked about UCLA's culture. Rebecca, you just mentioned it. Kiki Rice is really the culture setter. She's someone that players wanted to transfer to UCLA to play with. And when you talk about an expansion team and a team that is building, Kiki Rice is certainly a great piece because she's someone people want to play with.
Just the second time in WNBA history, 3 straight picks have come from the same school. Happened in 2016 with UConn, and now tonight with UCLA. Kiki is with Holly.
Back-to-back Bruins. What's going through your mind when you and your teammates are all getting
Now, Kiki
drafted
Rice
so
is Tyler Rowe.
This is so special. I mean, every one of us here deserves it so much, and I'm just so proud of this group because they put in so much work over the course of these past few years, and it's such a special moment.
You've made history tonight, the Toronto Tempo, a new team. It's kind of fitting. Your aunt was an ambassador to the UN, so international family, and some vibes you can rely on there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, never been to Toronto, but really excited to get there. My uncle's Canadian, have some family living there, and I know it's going to be a great
Wow.
time.
We were talking earlier about what has been impactful for you this season as you see your teammates getting drafted, and it's that you were able to adapt your game to make all of them better. How will that translate to the WNBA?
Yeah, I mean, I take a ton of pride in just being the best teammate and figuring out how can I make everyone else better around me, how can I elevate the play of our team. And I think this year we had such a selfless group, and we did that at a really high level all around, and it was just fantastic to play on that team because we were all so selfless.
How can you be a foundational piece to a new franchise, Kiki? It's a lot of pressure, but very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, look, just really excited to get out there, get to work, get to meet everyone on the team, and I think it's going to be really important to have great leadership, learn from the vets, and, there's a ton of great people, really experienced people in the organization, so, yeah.
Okay, history tonight. Thank you, Kiki.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Kiki.
right.
Thank you. How about the Portland Fire about to make their first selection?